In this video, I'll be going over 6 exercises you can find in week 11 of the Advanced Recovery Program following your total knee replacement rehab. Let's get started with the first exercise, which is a balance exercise on a balance pad like this one. If you don't have a balance pad, you can do the exercise on a firm surface, but having a balance pad is really going to challenge your stability, which is great for this exercise. So we're going to stand with a single leg stance on the balance pad, holding this for 30 seconds each side and reaching. So if you're ready to get started, let's go. Again, I've got a countertop here for support. One leg is supporting my body as I'm reaching with one hand, alternating steps or reaches here. If I need to step with one foot to catch my balance, you can do that. But you'll find this exercise to be a real challenge on your balance. So definitely have a countertop or a chair or something to support yourself as you need when you're reaching so that you don't lose your balance. Let's switch sides here. We're halfway done. We're going to reach with one arm, the other arm, out to the side, out to the side. Again, if you need to tap your toe to maintain your stability, go ahead. I do that. You know, this is challenging enough being on an uneven surface, unlevel ground with this balance pad. Reaching changes your center of mass. Your alignment here is challenged, so this is a really good exercise, especially as a warm-up. And that's 1 minute. So great job with that first exercise. We're moving into the second one. I'm using a Bosu ball. You don't have to. This is a half lunge to a Bosu. If you don't have a Bosu, just do a half lunge in front of you. But since we have this, we're going to work a minute, 30 seconds each side. So let's get started with a half lunge to a Bosu. Depending on your setup, you can do this alongside a countertop so you have support. If you don't have a Bosu ball, just do a half or mini lunge to the front, just like this. About halfway done with this lunge exercise, alternating lunges either side. Maintain a nice upright posture as you're lunging forward, coming back, going forward again. We're going to do a couple more of these. Finish out with a nice controlled lunge. Great job. All right, now into the third exercise. We're using the balance pad again. Again, if you don't have a balance pad, you can make this work without one. We're doing a heel raise on the balance pad. So feet are shoulder width apart. And we're going to go up onto your toes and come back down, raising the heels with every repetition. So if you're ready, let's get started. All the way up onto your toes, slow control down back to the ground. I like using a timer. You can count through your repetitions if you'd like, but generally setting a timer for 30 to 60 seconds helps you to just think about the movement, your control, your balance, and when you hear the timer go off, you know that you've completed a round, which makes it a lot easier to get through some of these exercises. Over halfway done. If you want to make this more of a challenge, you can step on the edge and come up and allow your heels to touch the ground. That'll bring you through a greater range of motion. And being on this balance pad, it makes it a little bit more challenging as well. Few more seconds. All right, great job. We're finished with that exercise. You can put your balance pad away. Hey, if you enjoy having someone to do these exercises with, I would love it if you gave this video a like below. Also, if you're finding this format to be helpful, I think you're going to find this book to be even more helpful, Total Knee Replacement Made Simple. I wrote this book for people like you who want a little extra guidance on how to progress through your total knee replacement exercises and rehab. Plus, we go over a lot of information on how to prep for your knee replacement, prehab exercises, post-op, and a 12-week roadmap of what exercises you can do to continue your progression of strength and balance after you're done with physical therapy. I know you're going to find this to be really helpful, so take a look at where you can find it at totalkneebook.com. Now let's get back to some of these exercises. For this next exercise, we'll be doing a squat to a chair with a band around your knees. And so carefully position a band around your knees, which provides a little resistance for you to make sure you keep your legs out and engaging those muscles. Of course, the squat to a chair looks just like this, and we're going to go through a minute of these together. So if you're ready to get started, let's get moving. My goal here with this exercise is to sit very briefly on the chair and to come up without using any hands from the squat. If you need to take a break or go a little slower, you're in control, and ease into this exercise however you feel comfortable. You shouldn't feel any sort of twinging or pain in the knee. If so, then consider going down into a partial squat until you can figure out with the alignment how to best perform this squat without any pain. But hopefully at this point, you're not getting any pain and you're just getting a little muscle soreness around your quads, and that's a good thing. Almost done. One more squat and finished with this exercise. Carefully take the band off of your legs and we'll go into the next movement, which is a deadlift. Now I'll move this out of our way and we'll get ready to perform a deadlift. I'm using a couple of dumbbells for some resistance. You don't have to use dumbbells, you can use a broomstick. But the idea of the deadlift is to go down like this, come back up, your butt leads back as you hinge at your hips, and we go through about a minute of these. And so I'll set a timer and we'll get started with our deadlifts. Go down nice and easily, come back up, maintaining a good straight back as your bottom leads the way. Hinge at your hips, your knees are soft. Great. When we say soft knees, we mean just a slight bend. We're not squatting down, we're bringing our butt back, and you're getting some tension in the hamstrings as you hinge forward, performing this deadlift. A few more of these. One more. Great job with that. All right, we've completed the deadlift exercise. We are working into a hip adductor stretch. We know the adductor muscle is on the inside of the thigh, and so position your chair in a way where we can do this stretch on both sides. This stretch has the one leg straight and you lean away from it, and we'll hold that for about 20 seconds, then switch to the other side. If you're ready, let's get started. For today's exercises, if you are able to go through these 1 to 2 more times, that'll be a great workout. And as you continue this throughout the week, be sure to be aware of how many you're doing on an exercise. If it's becoming a little easier, you know you're making progress. Ease out of that. Let's do the other stretch on the other side. It can be helpful to write down some of the weight that you're using. If you're using a certain color resistance band and you want to increase to a more difficult, higher tension resistance band, it's always great to write those things down. And so keep note, and as you work through these exercises, I think you're going to find your strength and your balance to improve with regular repetition. All right, great job with that exercise as well. We've gone through all of the exercises. Hit repeat, watch the video again to go through that 1 to 2 more times today and to continue the progression throughout the week. Great job. I'm proud of you. I'll see you on the replay or in next week's progression.